Have you ever wondered how many pieces of KFC fried chicken are eaten around the world every day? The answer might surprise you. Millions of pieces are consumed daily. That means every second, somewhere on this planet, hundreds of people are biting into a crispy, mouth-watering piece of chicken. But behind that golden, crispy coating lies an enormous food empire with thousands of chicken farms operating around the clock across the United States. In 2012, the brand faced a wave of criticism in China over allegations of using growth hormones in poultry. But does that affect the chicken you eat in the US? The answer might surprise you. KFC's supply chain in the US is completely different, and the quality control standards here are considered some of the strictest in the world. It's no coincidence that in 2023 alone, KFC generated over $5.1 billion in revenue in the US with over 3,700 stores, and that number is expected to rise to 4,491 stores by 2024. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, actually started at a small gas station in Corbin, Kentucky in 1930. It was here that a man named Colonel Sanders spent years experimenting with hundreds of recipes. Then, in 1939, he invented something that would change the culinary world: the pressure frying method, which cooked chicken faster while keeping it tender on the inside and preserving its natural, fresh flavor. That same year, Sanders introduced his secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices, blended with such precision that only a few people in the world know the full secret. It's this combination, the golden, crispy coating, the subtle, spicy aroma, and the perfectly balanced sweet and salty taste that has captivated millions of people worldwide. In 1952, the first KFC franchise store officially opened, and from there, the fried chicken empire began to spread at an astonishing rate. Today, China has become the largest market with over 5,600 KFC stores, and in Japan, KFC fried chicken has even become a Christmas tradition. So what makes KFC so irresistible? Is the fried chicken recipe really a secret? And does the production process ensure quality? Let's find out. The journey of a KFC fried chicken piece actually begins very early, on vast chicken farms, where thousands of hens work tirelessly every day. On just one farm, there are up to 15,000 hens, and each day they lay more than 13,000 eggs, an enormous number for this entire fried chicken empire. These eggs are placed into modern incubators, where everything is carefully controlled, from temperature to humidity. Every hour, the trays are tilted back and forth, just like how mother hens would turn their eggs with their feet to ensure the embryos develop evenly and don't stick to the shell. After 19 warm days in this artificial home, the tiny chicks begin to wiggle, using their little beaks to break through the tough shell. After several hours of effort, they are officially born, marking the start of a whole new journey. Immediately after hatching, the chicks are sent to an automated conveyor belt where they are separated from any leftover eggshells and carefully inspected. Everything is done with modern technology to ensure the absolute safety of the chicks, because KFC understands that to have great chicken, it all starts with meticulous care from the moment they are born. At KFC's chick farms, everything is designed to care for these feathered babies with the utmost attention. The warm rooms are fully controlled by modern technology. The temperature is kept around 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius, just enough for the chicks to feel like they're resting under their mother's wings. Beneath their feet is a soft mattress made from wood shavings or dry straw, both comfortable and perfect for keeping the coop clean and dry. What about their meals? Of course, KFC doesn't overlook this. The chicks' first food is specially designed by nutrition experts, packed with the right amount of protein, vitamins, and minerals, much like their baby formula. The drinking water is also purified, filtered, and supplied through an ultra-hygienic automated system. As the chicks grow a little older, they enter the fattening stage. It sounds fun, but in reality, it's when they're fed a special high-energy diet to help develop muscles and gain weight quickly. Everything is tightly controlled, with no growth hormones used. It all relies on a balanced nutrition plan and the ideal environment. In these farms, the chickens aren't cramped in small cages. They're free to move around, run, flap their wings, and live in spacious, clean environments. Studies have shown that when chickens live comfortably and experience less stress, the quality of the meat improves, making it more tender, flavorful, and naturally sweet. Typically, hens reach their standard size after about 38 days, while roosters need around 60 to 65 days. At this point, each chicken weighs about 6 pounds, with firm meat and the perfect fat-to-meat ratio, just enough to create a piece of chicken that's tender and juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside. When the chickens are ready, KFC's specialized vehicles begin their transport journey. These aren't just ordinary trucks, they are specially designed vehicles with cooling systems and automatic air circulation. Each compartment has just enough space for the chickens to move comfortably, helping them stay calm and stress-free during the journey to the processing plant. At KFC's modern processing plant, technology and automation almost completely take over human labor to ensure food quality and safety. The chickens are placed on an automated conveyor belt, where a special machine helps them fall asleep peacefully, without pain. This is part of KFC's global animal welfare commitment, ensuring that the processing process is humane and respects life. Next, the chickens are immersed in hot water baths at temperatures ranging from 140 degrees Fahrenheit to 149 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, which helps the feathers come off easily without affecting the meat's quality. Then, the chickens go through an automatic feather plucking machine with dozens of soft rubber rollers. These rubber fingers gently remove the feathers in just a few seconds, quickly and smoothly, ensuring the skin remains smooth and intact. After the feathers are removed, the automated system gently separates the internal organs. Every action is precisely controlled by sensors and robots, ensuring that each cut is clean, fast, and absolutely safe. Before moving on to the next stage, the chickens are thoroughly washed in a large water tank. High-pressure water jets from hundreds of nozzles help wash away any remaining impurities, blood, or dirt. After being cleaned, the chickens move on to the cutting and sorting process. The entire production line operates like a steel orchestra. Every movement is smooth and precise, down to the millimeter. Robotic arms separate each part, breasts, wings, thighs, and so on, with each piece used for different items on KFC's global menu. Among these, the chicken breast, the tender, sweet, and leanest part of the bird, is the star of KFC's fried chicken that we all love. Before being cut, the machine automatically removes the skin from the chicken breast, ensuring the meat stays fresh, doesn't dry out, and absorbs the seasoning better during marination. Everything is controlled by high-precision cutting machines that operate quickly but gently, enough to ensure each cut is clean, sharp, and hygienic. Once the fresh chicken breasts are separated from the bones, they are neatly arranged on the smart conveyor belt, each piece placed in its designated groove. Specialists then inspect each piece of meat meticulously, checking color, thickness, texture, and more. Before leaving the plant, the chicken pieces are sprayed with a special solution to kill any bacteria. Now, the meat is separated and packaged individually. The breasts for the famous fried chicken, the wings for the crispy and spicy hot wings, and the thighs, a favorite for many. Each package weighs about 3 kilograms, is sealed in sterile packaging, and is ready to be shipped to thousands of KFC restaurants around the world. Now you can see how strictly KFC controls its ingredients, right? This is where the secret recipe, consisting of 11 herbs and spices, comes into play. No one outside of a few people in the company knows the exact proportions. KFC has to divide the recipe into 2 parts, send them to 2 different companies to be mixed separately, and then combine them into the final blend. Each piece of chicken is evenly coated with the special seasoning mix, then manually rubbed and tossed to ensure every bit of meat absorbs the flavor. The exact ingredients have never been revealed, but many culinary experts believe the recipe could include basil, celery salt, paprika, ground ginger, black pepper, and MSG. Here's an interesting story. In 2016, Joe Ledington, the grandson of Harlan Sanders himself, accidentally found a copy of the original recipe in an old family notebook. When he tried to cook it, the result was 95% identical to the current KFC flavor. Unlike traditional frying methods, KFC uses a pressure fryer, operating at around 365 degrees Fahrenheit, 185 degrees Celsius, for 7 to 10 minutes depending on the size of the chicken pieces. When the lid is sealed, the pressure inside locks in the chicken's natural steam, making the outside perfectly golden and crispy, while the inside remains tender, juicy, and naturally sweet. The great thing is that the pressure environment also prevents too much oil from soaking into the meat, making the chicken less greasy while still maintaining its rich, distinctive flavor. After frying, each piece of chicken is placed on a tray to drain excess oil, then moved to a warming area under infrared lamps. The light helps maintain the chicken at the perfect temperature, ensuring that when it reaches you, each piece is hot, crispy, and fresh, just like it came out of the fryer. Finally, the chicken is packaged in a box or tray, accompanied by fries, biscuits, and dipping sauce, ready to deliver the signature KFC flavor experience. Despite facing some controversy over nutrition and food safety, the appeal of KFC fried chicken is undeniable. And whether you love it or are just curious, it's clear that KFC has become a global food icon, associated with joy, convenience, and memories for many generations. If you enjoy fascinating stories behind familiar foods, be sure to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next culinary journey. Goodbye, and see you in the next episode.